Peace fam, it's your girl Kia, aka the Concrete Rose, and I'm back with another video. So today we're just gonna be tapping into the collective energy, seeing what spirit has to offer us today as far as guidance goes. And yeah, y'all, I'm not really gonna be here for long. It is my goal to make this video like 15 minutes, no longer than that, okay? So let's just see what spirit has to offer us during this time, okay? At this time, I call on my angels, ancestors, and guides to create a protective shield around me as I tap into the collective energy for guidance. I ask that you help me to speak with clarity. I ask that you help to allow me to be a vessel for divine guidance and divine intervention during this time. I thank you so much for your presence, for your love, your wisdom, and your encouragement. Ashe, amen. All right, guys, so let's get right into the energy. Let's see what the tea is, okay? So I have 3 decks in front of me. Once again, like we did in my last deck, I'm just going to be pulling 1 card from each one and, just seeing what's coming through. All right, spirit. Okay, so at first, well, really for the last few days, I was really picking up on like this foremother energy. If you don't know who the foremothers are, they are your great grandmas, your great grandmas, the women that existed so that way you could exist. You get what I'm saying? These are the big mamas, the ones that really didn't, take no shit. But when they reprimanded you, it was out of love for you. It was because they could see farther than you could. They understood things more than you did. You get what I'm saying? These are your aunties, that really held a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, due to the experiences that they held, in their own lifetimes, okay? So definitely you guys could be seeing ravens and crows a lot during this time. Don't get scared. It's just the foremothers. It's just those big mama ancestor energies that's coming to remind you that you are protected, you are loved, and that you are cared for during this time. Maybe there is a decision that you have to make, okay? And they really want you to understand that, okay, 2 cards came out. They really want you to understand that no choice is also a choice. Deciding not to do something is also a choice, so that could be whoever it needs to be for. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So cards that we have here are Queen of Sheba, Secrets Revealed. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. Okay. And 2 cards came out of this deck. So we also have Sache, hopefully I'm pronouncing that word right. Grounding, okay. Love coming out. Big love energy. And then I am using the Music Oracle deck today. And we have Beyonce coming out, baby. Beyonce. been picking up is like there is a need to be confident within the wisdom that you hold, within the knowledge that you hold. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, especially as intuitives, especially as witches, you know, especially as conjure women, especially as very, very in tune spiritual women, okay? This message definitely feels like feminine related. You get what I'm saying? But just take what resonates and then leave the rest. But, you know, as someone who is intuitive, a lot of times you may pick up on an energy, or, you know, you may get a download, or you may get wisdom or guidance, you know, about something. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense at the time that you're receiving it. You know, a lot of times spirit be putting us onto stuff and it's like, no, like, no way, no way. But during this time, there is a need to really trust and really lean into the guidance that is being given to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, when I'm looking at this Secrets Revealed card, she's like resting, you know, she's like grounded, she's sitting down. You get what I'm saying? She has that mask there representing the ancestors, you know. It's a need to just like relax, right? It is a very cool thing to receive a knowing before you even really need to put that knowing into practice. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I hope this is making sense. Like, you are divinely loved and divinely cared for and heavily protected and heavily watched over. And that's why you are always being put a step ahead of where you really need to be. You get what I'm saying? It's just like the foremothers are able to see the bigger picture, and they care for you and they love you, and you have a major purpose, that you have a seed that you are meant to sow into this earth. And so sometimes things will be shown to you, or pieces of information will be shown to you to protect you. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of our ancestral mothers, when they were in this physical realm, they had to do a lot of work. You know, they had to, oh yeah, okay, the energy is coming in. They had to do a lot of work. You know, they had to put forth a lot of effort, you know, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of doing things that they didn't want to do, you know, but they just had to, because who the fuck else was going to do it? You get what I'm saying? So a lot of our ancestral mothers, they like to rest. They really don't like to do a lot. You get what I'm saying? So when they are coming through for guidance, when they are coming through with certain messages and telling you to do certain things, it's just like you have to follow through with that, because they're not just talking out their ass. You get what I'm saying? Like, to just put it very bluntly. And that's really how this energy is coming through. It's just very blunt. You know, it's very blunt and it's very loving. You know, it's like that tough love energy, you know, and that's also why I could have been, you know, picking up on like, making no choice is also a choice. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to tap into your intuition, if you really want to be this powerful woman that you say you are, you have to show up in that. You know, you really have to claim space for yourself. You know, a lot of our ancestral mothers, people did not create space for them. Like, let's just be real. They did not create space for them. They had to walk into a room and create spaces for themselves. You know, like they had to do that. They, you know, a lot of our ancestral mothers, the environments that they were in were not loving towards them. You know, they did not promote self-love, you get what I'm saying, and confidence. You know, a lot of the environments that they were in were meant to tear them down. You know, they were meant to degrade them. And so at this time, like, there is a deep, deep need to really be in tune with your intuition and with your power, with your feminine power. That's what's really coming through here. Like, even in this grounding card, y'all, even in this grounding card, like, my girl is resting, okay? She looks very confident, honey. The sun is literally illuminating her, you know? Even though she's grounded, even though she is surrounded by trees and by nature, there is this deep understanding and wisdom of, like, Mother Nature is powerful, but so am I. And the fact that I can connect to this powerful being just really shows how fucking powerful I really am, how really divine I really am. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's that type of energy. You know, like, don't allow anyone in your life or in your environment to psych you out of your power. Like, do not allow nobody to do that shit. Like, for real. Like, that's just really what's coming through. Like, you have to show up. You have to create space for yourself. A lot of us women, especially women of color, people are not just like rolling out the carpet for us and just making space for us. We have to make space for us. You know, we have to claim our space. We have to claim our power. You get what I'm saying? And so I feel like these four mothers are really like, girl, stand up in your motherfucking power. Stand 10 toes down on what you know and what you believe, on the guidance that you've been given. Don't let nobody psych you out of the direction that spirit has told you to go. Really. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. You know how you can tell when a person loves themselves? Because they're disciplined in what they said they were gonna fucking do. They show up for themselves. Even when no one else in the room is showing up for them, they show up for themselves. That's how you know when a person loves themselves. That's how you know when a person values themselves. They don't wait for other people to validate them. They don't wait for the room to catch on. No. I validate me. I love me. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is the energy that you really have to show up in as a woman. As a woman, you really have to carry yourself in this energy of, I know who the fuck I am, and I'm not gonna allow anyone to tear me down. I'm not gonna allow anyone to shit on me. I'm not gonna allow anyone to psych me out of what the fuck I know and what my intuition is telling me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then we have this Beyonce card coming out, y'all. And if y'all were interested in this music oracle deck that I have, it looks like this. Go ahead and screenshot. I don't really use this deck a lot, but I felt called to pull from it today, and I see why. Okay. So this says, confidence can be the most powerful aphrodisiac. Be both everywhere and nowhere at once. Okay, tapping into that intuition, tapping into that knowing. Okay, when someone sings from the heart, don't go tone deaf. Again, like, when these four mothers come through, when they come up out their resting place and they come through to visit you, whether it be in dreams, through signs and omens and shit like that, really heed what they are saying. Really heed the messages that they are giving, because they're not just talking just to talk. They're coming with wisdom. They're coming with knowledge. They're coming with knowing and understanding. Okay? Be confident, babe. Know who the fuck you are. Know who the fuck you are. Really. Is really the message. I mean, I'm at 15 minutes already. Like, that was quick and that was really blunt and to the point. Do not allow people to talk you out of your peace, is what I'm hearing. Do not allow people to talk you out of your power. Do not allow people to talk you out of the things that you know. Do not allow people to talk you out of really what Spirit is telling you to do. If Spirit has given you a vision, if Spirit has told you you're meant to do this thing, you're meant to sow this seed, you're meant to create this thing, do that. In the world, the room, whatever, is just gonna simply have to adjust because there is no other choice. There is no other choice. The room is gonna have to adjust to you, to your power, to your knowing, to your intuition. Let your intuition guide you. Let your self-love and your self-confidence guide you. Allow the foremothers' guidance and knowledge and wisdom to guide you. Okay? I love y'all so much, and I will see you on my next video. Peace.